This is Mrs. Nasland, and today we'll be doing Unit 11, Lesson 8, Practice with Decimal Numbers. The learning targets for today are, I can compare and order two or more decimal numbers, and I can round decimals to the nearest tenths, or nearest hundredth, tenths, or whole number. The vocab we'll be talking about is round, mixed decimals, decimal, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with a couple of word problems, and we'll see if we can solve them. So the first problem says, Samantha has a quarter, a dime, and 2 pennies in her pocket. What decimal part of a dollar does she have? So let's go ahead and write all those out as decimals. We know that a quarter is 0.25, 25 cents, and a dime is 10 cents. Write that out. And then she has 2 pennies, which pennies we're going to write as 2 hundredths, because remember it's 2 pennies out of 100 pennies in a dollar. So then I'm going to go ahead and add those up. So I know that 25 cents plus 10 cents is 35 cents, plus 2 more gives me 37 cents. So I have 37 cents, and that would be my total decimal, is 37 cents. If I was going to write that as a fraction, it would be 37 over 100 pennies. All right, good. Let's go ahead and try this next one. It says, today the grade 4 runners ran 71 hundredth kilometers. The 6th grade runners ran 675 thousandth kilometers. Which team ran further? So to compare decimals, remember that we're going to write it, and then we're going to make sure that we line them up very carefully to compare. So I'm going to go ahead and write 0.71, 71 hundredths, and 0.675, 675 thousandths. And then we go ahead and check each one. So 0 and 0 are the same. Then I get to the 10th spot here, and I've got 7 and 6. So which one is bigger? You said 7, you're correct. So which team ran further? The 4th grade team that ran 71 hundredth kilometers ran further. So we're going to say the 4th grade team. All right. Now we're going to take what we know, and you're going to have to go ahead and try to solve this next problem. So let's go ahead and read it. It said Chad is 1 in 78 hundredth meters tall. His friend Rob is 1 in 8/10 meters tall. And his friend Brent is 1 in 735 thousandths meters tall. Make a chart showing their height rounded to the nearest hundredth. List the rounded heights in order from tallest to shortest. All right, so I've placed a chart in here to help us kind of make a chart, and we'll start by just writing these numbers out. So Chad had 1 in 78 hundredths, and Rob has 1 in 8/10, and Brent has 1 and 735 thousandths. All right, so first thing it told me to do is round to the nearest hundredths. So I'm going to look here, and this is my tenths, this is my hundredths, so I'm going to look behind it, and it's nothing there, right? It's a 0. So in this case, I don't have to change it. So my first one, which was Chad, is still going to be 1 in 78 hundredths. Then we'll look at the next one. This is Rob, and round to the nearest hundredths, there's not even anything in the hundredth spot. So I'm going to actually just add a 0 there to make it go to the hundredth spot. But again, it won't change anything because there's nothing there to change it. Okay. But this one Brents, we do have something in the hundredth spot. We have a 5 here. And this 5 would allow us to round up that number to a 4. So we end up with 1 and 74 hundredths. So now they want us to place them in order from the tallest to the shortest. So the biggest number to the shortest number. So I look, all my 1s are the same. So now I go to my tenths. And we've got an 8. So that's going to be my first biggest one. And then I have 2 7s. So my second is tied, so we have to go all the way over here to our hundredths. And I have an 8 and a 4 and a 0. So 8's the biggest. So this is the second tallest. And our third tallest then would be the 1 in 74 hundredths or Brents. So you can see how we can use, we have to do multiple different steps in that word problem in order to figure it out. All right, the last thing I want to show you is something you'll see on your homework today that confuses a lot of kids. So I just want to point it out to you. It's a lot easier than it looks. So they're going to give you a number like this, and then they're going to say something like, make the number a tenth more. So what they're wanting you to do is figure out where the tenths are. So in this case, it'd be this 7 here. And they want me to make it one number a tenth more. So I'm going to just rewrite that number as 6, and I'm going to make it 1/10 more. So it'd be 8, 6, 3. So I have, if I was going to read that number, I'd have 6 and 863 thousandths. Now it says make the number 1/100ths less. So I'm going to find my hundredth spot, and I'm going to make it 1 less. So I'm going to have 6, 7, and I'm in my hundredth spot. I'm making it 1 less, 5, 3. So I have 6 and 753 thousandths. Now it says increase the digit in the ones place by 1. All right, so go ahead and increase the ones place by 1. All right, so when you increase that ones place by 1, you should end up with 7. All right. And then lastly, decrease the digit in the thousandths place by 1. So go ahead and try that one. All right, you should have ended up with 6.762, or 6 and 762 thousandths. So you get to practice this on your homework and remembering today. So thanks for the review. We got to practice comparing decimals, rounding decimals, and ordering decimals today.